Everyone, I'm back once again after a long time with the new topic in surface areas and volumes, that is conversion of solids from one shape to another. So in this class we are going to deal about the conversion of solids from one shape to another from the exercise 15.3 10th class NCERT. So till now we have learnt about how to find the surface area, total surface area in 15.1, 15.2. So we learnt about how to find the volume of different solids. So in this class, we are going to learn very keenly about how to conversion of solids from one form or one shape to another. So what happens when solids are changed from one shape to another shape? Okay, with the different parameters. Parameters are very important. You know that. So if it is a cuboid, three parameters are required. That is length, breadth and height. If it's a cube, since all the side, length, breadth and height, everything is same, so one parameter is enough. If that particular parameter is A, then everything is A. Its square, its area is A square, its volume is A cube. In that way. If it is x, then x square, x cube in that way. Cylinder radius and height. A cylinder consists of a radius and it has some height. Okay, radius and height, if you know, then so you can find anything about the cylinder. And cone, the same thing, radius and height, and plus one more thing, slant height. Slant height is very important. Slant height and its radius. If you know that, then about the cone, anything whatever is asked, you can find. Then sphere and hemisphere. Sphere, hemisphere. So you should have only one parameter, that is radius. If no radius, then you have no problem with the sphere and hemisphere at all. In this thing, so where conversion of solids from one shape to another shape, the point to be noted is when a solid is changed from one shape to another shape, its volume remains same. So if you are changing a solid from sphere to cone or sphere to cylinder or sphere to whatever shape, you are not changing its volume, you are changing only the shape. So it's very important that the two solid, though the different shape, volume remains same. That is the concept in this whole exercise. Volume remains same. If you are changing from one shape to another shape, its volume remains same. Therefore we equate volume. Okay, the first point to be noted is volume remains same and we equate volume. For example, in this case, sphere changes into cylinder. When sphere changes into cylinder, no effect on volume at all. Therefore we equate volume of the sphere is equals to volume of cylinder. So based on that, whatever the parameter is asked, if it is asked the height of, what are the parameters that refers to cylinder? Height and radius. So height or radius could be found. Here parameters are found based on this relation. Volumes are equal when you are changing its shape. That is the thing. Okay. So when a solid is changed, converted from one shape to another shape, its volume remains same. So equate the volume, shape whatever, volume remains same. So based on that, you can find the height or radius or slant height or what is asked based on this concept. So with that, we'll start the first question, which is asked: a metallic sphere of radius 4.2 centimeter. A metallic sphere, shape of sphere. 4.2 centimeter is melted. Now sphere is melted. This sphere is melted and brought into the shape of cylinder. Is melted and recast into the shape of a cylinder. Now you can see that sphere is melted, but volume not changed. The entire volume is made into cylinder, recasted into cylinder. Volume remains same. Okay. A metallic sphere of radius, metallic sphere, about the sphere, what is given? Sphere of radius 4.2 centimeter. Okay, so this parameter is enough For example, if it comes to sphere and hemisphere, radius is enough, that is there. Okay. Now, and recast into the shape of cylinder. Sphere is changed into cylinder of radius, cylinder data. Cylinder radius 6 centimeter. Okay. Sphere radius 4.2 centimeters and cylinder radius 6 centimeter. Find the height of the cylinder. Now you can see how many parameters are required. How many parameters are there in a cylinder? 2 parameters. That is radius and height. Radius is there, and volumes we are equating. When volumes we are equating, we can find the parameter, that is height. If you are changing the shape of the sphere into the cylinder of radius 6 centimeter, then what height you can make? What height it is possible? The possible prediction is made here. Understand? Because sphere of radius 4.2 centimeters, and you have to make that, you have to change that into the cylinder of 6 centimeter radius. If cylinder of 6 centimeter radius you want to make, what height it will be, you can predict by this one equation, by this concept. Understand? What is that concept? Concept is nothing but volume remains same. When it's volume of sphere is equals to volume of cylinder. Volume of sphere is equals to volume of cylinder. This is the point to be noted. They have not changed volume. They have changed only shape. So what is the volume of the sphere? Volume of the sphere is nothing but 4 by 3 pi r cube. R value is there here. This is equal to, okay, volume of cylinder. What is the volume of cylinder? Volume of cylinder is pi r square h. Here 4 by 3 is a constant, pi is a constant, r value you know, okay, that is 4.2, is equals to pi is a constant, means you know the value of that. R value you know that, so you can substitute. So what to be found is h. So rest, if pi and r square to be sent that side, so that very easily you can find value of h, height of the cylinder. Okay, or you can find individually the sphere value, volume and the volume of cylinder, where h remains intact, and after substituting and transferring you will get h value. Now we will see, this is the thing. Okay, from this we are finding the value of h. Sphere 4 by 3, sphere 4 by 3 pi r cube is the volume of the sphere. That is, this is volume of sphere. 4 by 3 into pi into r cube 4.2 into 4.2 into 4.2. Okay, 4.2 into 4.2 into 4.2. This is nothing but 14 times 42. 14, that means 1.4 times. 1.4 times you can make, but still, so we will see that in the later things. So you can divide this, but we will see what we get here, and based on that we can divide clearly. Okay, so this is the volume of the sphere. Now volume of cylinder, which you have to write here. Okay, that is 4 by 3 pi r cube is nothing but 4.2 into 4.2 into 4.2 is equals to volume of cylinder. Volume of cylinder is nothing but pi r square h. Pi r square is nothing but r is there, 6 into h you don't know, substitute the same here. Pi r square, r is 6, r square is 6 into 6 into h. 6 into 6 is 36. Okay. Now 4 by 3 pi and pi constant gets cancelled up. 4.2 into 4.2 into 4.2 whole divided by 4.2 into 4.2 into 4.2. Now you transfer this. 6 into 6 is equals to h. This we have transferred. So this got cancelled up. After transferring this pi from one side of the numerator to other side, it is remains in the denominator. Numerator denominator gets cancelled up. 6 into 6, 36. This 6 into 6 is transferred to other side since it is the numerator, and it is written in the denominator after dividing both 6 into 6. So you will get this. Okay. Now as you can see, 4 by 3 into 4.2 into 4.2 into 4.2 divided by 36 is equals to h. 4, how many times? 9 times. 4 9 times 36, and 3 9 times 27, that is 4 into 2 into 4 into 2 into 4 into 2 divided by 3. You can write 27 or 3. 9 is nothing but 3 into 3 h. 4 by 3 here, after transferring this 6 into 6, that is 36, it becomes 36, and you know that 4 9 times 36 divided, remaining thing written, remaining thing 4 is not there now, which is already gone. 4.2 4.2 4.2 written here, 1 3, and 9 is nothing but 3 into 3. Now you can see that 3 1.4 times, 3 1.4 times, 3 1.4 times, that is h is equals to 1.4 into 1.4 into 1.4 you have got. Okay, 1.4 into 1.4, h is equals to 1.4 into 1.4 into 1.4 you have got. Now h is equals to, after multiplying with 2.744 centimeters. This is the height of the cylinder after changing from sphere to cylinder. After changing the metallic sphere and recasted into cylinder with the radius 6 centimeter, you will get the height 2.744 centimeters is the height of the recasted cylinder. Okay, that's all about this. Very easy. This point to be noted. In all these exercise, volume remains same. Based on that, different parameters you can find. Understand? That's all about this. Now we'll see the next question. Now the second question. Metallic spheres of radii 6 cm, 8 cm and 10 cm respectively are melted to form a single solid sphere. Find the radius of the resulting sphere. Here, 3 spheres of a different radii. Radius 6 cm, radius 8 cm and radius 10 cm are the 3 spheres which are melted to form a single sphere. Okay, whose radius we have to find. 3 spheres are melted into one single sphere. That means, what does that mean? That means that 3 spheres volume of sphere with radius 8 centimeter plus volume of sphere with radius 6 centimeter plus the volume of sphere with radius 10 centimeter is equal to the volume of the resulting sphere whose radius we need to find. So here nothing else, because one parameter is enough. Here if 2 parameters would have been there, for example, suppose if it were the cylinder, then its radius or height would have given. If 2 unknown parameters is not possible to find. Okay, since it is a sphere, one parameter is enough to find its volume, that is r. So it is asked only to find r, resulting radius of the resulting sphere. If it were cone, okay, then either height or radius. If asked to find the height, then radius factor would have given. If asked to find the radius, then height factor would have given. Here the sphere, see, find the radius of the resulting sphere. That's all. About this sphere, newly formed sphere, nothing data is given. That means that clearly radius is the only parameter that's enough for the sphere. Got the point? Very easy. Now, volume of sphere with radius 6 centimeter, is nothing but 4 by 3 pi r cube. R cube is nothing but 6 into 6 into 6. 6 into 6 into 6, that is 4 by 3 pi. 6 into 6, 36 into 6. 4 by 3 pi into 36 into 6, 216. This is volume of sphere with radius 6 centimeter. Okay, this one volume of this sphere we came to know. Now the volume of sphere with radius 8 centimeter, that is 4 by 3 pi r cube. This r is nothing but what? 8. 4 by 3 into pi into 8 into 8 into 8. 4 by 3 pi into 8 times 64 into 8. 4 by 3 pi into 512. That is 4 by 3 pi 512 into this. This is the volume of the sphere with the radius 8 centimeter. Now, volume of specifically all the three spheres volume you have to find and then add so that it becomes equals to the volume of the resulting sphere, what is recast into the new sphere. That's one. Volume of sphere with radius 10 centimeters, that is 4 by 3 pi r cube is equals to 4 by 3 pi 10 into 10 into 10. 4 by 3 pi into 1000. So volume of all the three spheres we have found. This volume of all the three spheres is equals to the volume of the resulting sphere, that is the main sphere. So all these three spheres volume we have found here. So it is melted and made into the new sphere, the big sphere. Understand? So these three volume of these three spheres is equals to volume of this particular sphere where we have to find the radius. Okay. So now coming to this one. Find the radius of the resulting sphere. Okay. Understand one second question. Metallic spheres of radii 6 cm, 8 cm and 10 cm respectively are melted. Okay. So that means these three volumes, this volume plus this volume plus this volume is equals to this volume. That is volume of sphere with radius 6 centimeters plus volume of sphere with radius 8 centimeter plus volume of sphere with radius 10 centimeter, all these three volume is equals to volume of big resulting sphere. Volume of resulting sphere with radius we have to find, with radius r. Okay, now we'll see that 4 by 3, this is the volume, pi 216, volume of sphere with 6 centimeter, then plus 4 by 3 pi 512, volume of sphere with radius 8 centimeter, plus 4 by 3 pi into 1000, volume of sphere with 10 centimeter radius is equals to big sphere 4 by 3 pi r cube. Okay, now we'll see the common factors 4 by 3 and pi. 4 by 3 and pi are the common factors. The remaining thing is 116 plus 512 plus 1000 is equals to 4 by 3 pi r cube. 4 by 3 pi r cube. As you can see that 4 by 3 pi you can cancel because they are the same number constant. Now 216 plus 512 is 728 plus 1000 is equals to r cube. R cube is equals to 1000 plus 728 is 1728. 1728 could be written as 12 cube. Okay, taking cube root both the sides, taking cube root both the sides, you will get r is equals to 12. Okay, so that is what is how I got this cube root. Cube root of r cube is equals to cube root of, okay, so it's okay. Taking cube root both the sides, so that cube root of r cube is nothing but r, cube root of 12 cube is nothing but 12. So what is asked? Find the radius of the resulting sphere. What is the radius of the resulting sphere? 12 centimeters. Why 12 centimeters? Why not 12 meters? Because it is given centimeters. The unit of this measurement is 12 centimeters. Therefore, we have kept in centimeter. 12 centimeters. That's all about this, and we'll jump into the third question. Third question: a 20 meter deep well, with diameter 7 centimeters, is dug, and the earth from digging is evenly spread out to form a platform. Earth from the well of 20 meter deep. 20 meter deep is nothing but height 20 meter, whose diameter is 7 centimeter, is dug, and the same earth is evenly spread to make a platform out of that. Okay, so with that platform dimension 22 meter by 14 meter, 22 meter by 14 meter. Find the height of the platform. Find the height of the platform. Once again I'll read out. A 20 meter deep well with the diameter 7 meter is dug, and the earth from digging is evenly spread out to form a platform 22 meter by 14 meter. Find the height of the platform. The things to be noted is, if it is well, then it is cylinder shape. Well, coin, wire, electric wire, all these things to be considered as cylinder, because they form cylinder shape, either in the big form or small form, they form cylinder shape. So whenever the well concept comes, now you have taken some amount of earth from the well. Well, what is the shape of the well? Shape of the well is nothing but cylinder. That means here the volume of cylinder, platform next. Platform means what? Platform is nothing but cuboid. Platform is made in the form of cuboid. That means the volume of the cylinder is equals to the volume of the platform. How? Because, so you have dug the well, okay, you have dug the well and you have taken the earth. That means what you have taken the volume of the cylinder you have taken and changed into the platform, that is, and changed into cuboid. That means volume of cylinder is changed into cuboid. Cylinder is changed into cuboid. That is what it is here. Cylinder is changed into cuboid. It is given in a different way, practical way. Okay. But the concept is cylinder is changed into cuboid. That is the thing. Okay. Cylinder of height, deep well, 20 meter deep well. That means height from here, deep height 20 meters. And diameter 7. Diameter 7 means radius 7 by 2. And which is changed into the platform or cuboid of length 22 meter and breadth 40 meter and height we have to find. So as I told you that, so if two volumes or if two solids of equal volume, when you are equating, only one unknown parameters is possible to find. See here in case of platform, three unknown parameters are there: L, B and H, length, breadth and height. Length and breadth, the value are given here. So height is found. In the previous case, only radius was the parameter. So only radius we found. Other parameter was not there. So other things referred to that big sphere was not given. Here cylinder is changed into cuboid and cylinder, what are the parameters? Two parameters, R and H is given, R and H. And cuboid parameter 3, length, breadth and height. Length and breadth is given, height is not given. So only one parameter is possible to find. That is the thing. Okay. Now a 20 meter deep well, that is cylinder, earth, volume of cylinder is equals to volume of this platform. That's what it meant. Okay. Volume of cylinder. You came to know how it becomes volume of cylinder. Well is in the shape of well, wire, coin is in the shape of cylinder. Okay. It is dug. That means volume of cylinder, that is shape, is now changed into cuboid. Okay. Volume of cylinder is equals to pi r square h. You have all the value here. What is the value? What is the parameter given here? Deep, 20 meter deep, that is height, 20 meter deep. H is equals to 20. And diameter is given. Diameter is 7 centimeter, that is radius 7 by 2. So substitute here pi r square is nothing but 7 by 2 into 7 by 2. H is nothing but 20. This is the volume of the earth taken from this particular well. Volume of the earth, soil, mud. Taken this. Okay. Now this is changed into platform, that is this volume is equals to the platform, that is cuboid. What is the volume? Cuboid. Now we'll find here. Volume of cuboid is equals to length into breadth into height. Length into breadth into height. What is length? Given 22 meters. Breadth 14 meters into h. We have to find. Okay. Volume of cylinder we came to know. Volume of cuboid we came to know. Now since the earth cylinder volume is changed into, that is earth taken from the well is nothing but cylinder, is changed into platform, is changed into cuboid. Therefore now the real concept came. Volume of cylinder, this is the one, is equals to the volume of cuboid. Okay. So what we have found here? The volume of cylinder is pi into 7 by 2 into 7 by 2 into 20 is equals to 22 into 14 into h. 20 to 14 h equating. So keeping h What you have to find unknown parameter, that is what you have to find, keep in one side of the equals, and rest everything you transfer other side. How you transfer other side? If it is a multiplicative form, if it is a product, then divide, multiply and divide. If it is additive form or subtractive form, if it is sum or difference, then add or subtract, add or subtract. That is how we are transferring. Got the point? Now transferring this two, this is product form, 22 into 14 into h. So this in the numerator, after transferring, after making some manipulation, transfer everything, comes to denominator. Understand? Now what is in the numerator? Write down. What is in the numerator? First I'll write this, 22 into 14 into h. First I'll write this, and then pi into 7 by 2 into 7 by 2 into 20. Okay. Now h keep. What is numerator? Keep down. Pi into 7 into 7 into 20 divided by denominator 2 into 2, 2 into 2. Now you take 22 into 14. This was there first. Okay, this was there in one side. Now we have transferred this, and numerator is in the numerator, denominator is in the numerator. Understand this? Is equals to pi value 22 by 7, and write down what is there in the numerator. Here it is 7, 14, 7 1 times, 7 14, so 7 is not there now. Rest what is there? 7 into 20. In the denominator what is there? 2 into 2 is 4, 22. After dividing 14 by 7, remainder 2 we have written here. Okay. Now 7 gets cancel up, 22 gets cancel up, remaining 20 divided by 4 into 2. Okay. Here you see 4 5 times, h is equals to 5 by 2, which is nothing but 2.5 meter. What is the height of this platform? Height of the platform is 2.5 meters. 2.5 meters. Did you understand that? Which very easy. So here it is not anything not given directly, so you have to understand. So well, whenever it comes well is in the shape of cylinder, platform is in the shape of cuboid. Okay, and wire, if it is asked about the wire, anything wire is also cylinder, coin also cylinder. In that way we have 20 meter deep well with diameter 7 is dug, means cylinder is dug, earth is dug, and the earth is taken and evenly spread to make platform, which means that cylinder is changed into the cuboid. Okay, so with that, so we have found this. What is the height asked? The height is 5 by 2 or 2.5 meter. That's all about this, and we'll enter into the fourth question. The fourth question now. A well of diameter 3 meter is dug 14 meter deep. The earth taken out of it has been spread evenly all around it in the shape of a circular ring of width 4 meter to form an embankment. Find the height of the embankment. Okay. Now see properly. A well it is said, well is nothing but the cylinder. Well is in the shape of cylinder. What happened here? A well of diameter 3 meter. Diameter 3 meter means the radius 1.5. So cylinder means 2 parameters, that is radius and height. Okay. Radius and height is available here because diameter is given. Diameter is 3 means radius 3 by 2, that is 1.5, is dug 14 meter deep. 14 meter deep is nothing but the height of this cylinder. So dug 14 meter, that means complete volume of the cylinder, since it is a well, volume of the cylinder is changed okay, and spread evenly to make embankment. That means cylinder is made into another cylinder. Cylinder is made into another cylinder. Understand properly. A well of diameter 3 meter is dug 14 meter deep. Okay, that means the volume of the soil, which is nothing but in the form of cylinder. That means the volume of cylinder is changed to the shape of, that is, the earth taken out of it has been spread evenly all around it in the shape of a circular ring with width 4 meter to form an embankment. Embankment, the same volume of cylinder is changed into embankment. Embankment is nothing but the hollow cylinder. Hollow cylinder with the thickness 4. Hollow cylinder with thickness 4. Understand? Embankment is nothing but, forget this. This is also a cylinder, but hollowness is there. That means there is some volume inside which is vacant, nothing, empty, nothing is there. So how you find the volume of this embankment? Volume of embankment is nothing but volume of this, you have to remember, pi r square, pi into r square, 1 r square. 1 r square is nothing but radius, year to year. Okay, and then from this cylinder, embankment means one hollowness is there. Hollow cylinder with thickness. Thickness here is 4. Very important to understand. Here 2 cylinders find. First one cylinder plus another cylinder. So here in the first cylinder volume is empty. It's empty, but thickness is different here. That means height is different here. Okay. So this empty portion not to be considered when you are considering the embankment volume. What you have to consider? Consider only the thickness volume, because here the volume of this embankment is nothing but the thickness. The volume of a cylinder which has, what is the thickness? The thickness volume. What are the material made, how much the volume is made to make the thickness to be considered here. How you consider? That is volume of big cylinder minus volume of small cylinder with the height h. So if you do that, you will get pi r square, because volume of big cylinder means what? Volume of big cylinder is nothing but radius of small cylinder plus the thickness, that is 4 plus 1.5, that is 5.5 volume of big cylinder. Okay, that means to say that, so with the thickness of which hollowness you don't want, that is minus, what is this radius? 1.5 minus 1.5 with the height h. Volume of cylinder with the radius 5.5 minus the volume of cylinder with the radius 1.5, you will get the volume of embankment, or this is, you can write, now you understand. Embankment. Embankment means what? Hollow cylinder with a thickness. Hollow cylinder having some thickness. Understand? So when you are finding, so you cannot find the hollowness also in terms of volume. What is the thickness? That only to be considered in the volume thing. Okay. So with that, if you are asked to find the volume of embankment, so directly you can make pi into r square minus big R square minus r1 square minus r2 square into h. That's all to be found here. Okay. So that becomes the volume of embankment. We are going to use this. Understand properly. Okay. Now volume of data first given. What is the data given for this cylinder? Well, data, that is height. Height is given 14 meter. Then diameter is given. Diameter is 3 meter. That is radius is 3 by 2, which is nothing but 1.5. So with this we are going to find the volume of the earth dug out from this well. That is volume of the earth dug out from this well, from this particular well, is nothing but volume of cylinder, because well is in the form of cylinder. Volume of cylinder is nothing but what? Pi r square h. Pi r square. R square is nothing but 3 by 2, 3 by 1.5 into h. H is nothing but 14. okay, is equals to pi, sorry, square, put 1.5, 15 times 2, 225, that is 2.25 into 14, 2.25 into 14, 14 into 2.25 is nothing but 31.5 pi. Okay, this is the volume of, or meter cube or whatever you write here, volume of the earth taken from this well, or the volume of the cylinder. This one. Now volume of embankment, is equals to, volume of embankment is equals to, you know that it is a hollow cylinder, leave this, it is a hollow cylinder with a thickness 4. That means how you consider? Pi r square minus r square into h. That is the radius of this minus radius of this. How I got this? Shall I explain? Big cylinder minus this small cylinder. Cylinder with the, to find the volume of the hollow cylinder with the thickness, with having some thickness and height. Volume of this cylinder with the same height. I will tell you once again. See here, how I got this, I'll say. This particular embankment is made. Volume of the cylinder with the radius R1. Cylinder with radius R minus volume of, so in this cylinder, this hollow part is not required, therefore minus volume of cylinder with radius small r. Okay, hollow cylinder means having two cylinder, one small cylinder with its hollowness and then other cylinder. So big cylinder minus small cylinder, you will get the volume of the hollow cylinder, okay, or embankment. So volume of cylinder with radius r is nothing pi r square h minus volume of cylinder with radius r, because height is same here, pi small r square h. Common factor remove, pi h is the common factor, r square minus r square, r pi r square minus r square into h. That is how we have got here the volume of the embankment. So many times I am telling you, volume of the embankment is nothing but a hollow cylinder with certain thickness and height as usual, h, we do not know here. So this is what the formula we have derived, okay. Substitute here, this is the volume of embankment, pi r square, big r is nothing but 1.5 plus 4, that is 5.5 square minus small r 1.5 into h. Understood that? Understood? And now this is nothing but 5.5 whole square is nothing but 55 whole square in that terms, 30.25 minus 1.5 into 1.5 we already know, 2.25 into h. This is nothing but pi. 30.25 minus 2.25 is nothing but 28 or 28 pi h is the volume of embankment. Is the volume of embankment you have got. Okay. 28 pi h, not 25. 28 pi h. So what is this? This is the volume of embankment. What is this? The volume of cylinder well. Now, the volume of cylinder is changed into embankment, therefore these two volume remains the same. Earth from this cylinder is taken and made embankment. That means what? Volume of a cylinder is equals to volume of embankment. Volume of cylinder is equals to volume of embankment. That's what the concept throughout this exercise. So we will say volume of cylinder, which is nothing but a well and earth dug out from that, is equals to volume of hollow cylinder. This is what the embankment. Hollow cylinder with the thickness 4 meters. Understand? Now what you got? The volume of cylinder 31.5 pi is equals to volume of embankment 28 pi h. Okay, pi gets cancelled up. That means 28 h is equals to 31.5. As usual, now transfer this 28 the other side. 31.5 by 28, which is nothing but 1.125 meters. What is the height of embankment? 1.125 meters. Understand? One here you see that the embankment is nothing but the hollow cylinder with the thickness. So for that you can use this formula, which pi big R square minus small r square, pi into big R square minus small r square into h. Here r is nothing but from the center here, take this 1.5 plus 4. Okay, this 1.5 plus 4 is 5.5. That becomes a radius. Okay, radius including thickness, radius excluding thickness, radius including thickness, radius excluding thickness. Radius including thickness, radius excluding thickness is nothing but no volume, that to be removed to find the volume of this one. So this kind of problem will come across in various questions. So this point to be noted. Understand? Now we'll jump into fifth question. Now the fifth question, a container shaped like a right circular cylinder, a container shaped like a right circular cylinder having diameter 12 centimeters. Diameter 12 centimeter means radius 6 centimeter. Okay, and height 15 centimeter, and height 15 centimeter. Required things to find the volume or surface area or total surface area of the cylinder is height and radius, which is there. Okay, we have no problem with that. Okay, height is full of ice, that means full of ice. The ice cream to be filled into cones, ice cream to be filled into cones of height 12 centimeter and diameter 6 centimeter and diameter 6 centimeter. Okay, diameter 6 centimeter. Having hemispherical shape on the top, having hemispherical shape on the top. Now we'll see this fifth question, which says that a container shaped like a right circular cylinder. This container is the cylinder shape. Okay, having diameter 12 centimeters, having diameter 12 centimeter and height 15 centimeter. So the parameter required to find anything about this cylinder, whether it is surface area, total surface area or volume. What is that? Radius and height, which is there. Okay, now we have no problem with this cylinder. Understand? And this is is full of ice. This cylinder container consists of full of ice. Okay, the ice cream to be filled into the cones of height 12. These ice creams to be filled into the cones of height 12 centimeter and diameter 6 centimeter and diameter 6 centimeter. The information about the cone, the height is what is required to find the volume of cone, to find, height and radius is required. Diameter is given. Okay, diameter is 6 centimeter. That means radius is 3 centimeter. Height is there. So we have no problem with the cone to find the volume. Having hemispherical shape on the top. Having hemispherical shape on the top. Here you can see hemispherical, and no information is given about the hemisphere. Then if no information is given, then how you can find the volume of this hemisphere? This particular cone, ice cream, whatever is filled, is nothing but cone plus hemisphere on top. So cone information we have got, and we do not have information to find the volume of hemisphere. Then how it is? It is not possible. But this hemisphere is present on the cone. That means the radius of this cone becomes the radius of the hemisphere. Therefore, not required any information about the hemisphere at all, because cone information, cone radius itself is the radius of hemisphere, and radius is enough to find the volume of this hemisphere. So you got any doubt? Okay. Find the number of such cones which can be filled with the ice cream. Our point is how many, see here. So no need to find anything here. Actually, no parameters are required to find here, because all the information to find about the cylinder is there. All the information to find the volume of cone is there. Information to find the volume of hemisphere is there. Then what to find? To find number of cone with hemisphere. Cone with hemisphere. Okay. How many such cone with the hemisphere can be got, could be filled with this ice cream? This ice cream. This cylinder full of ice cream. How many such cones with the hemisphere could be filled is the question. We do not know. Let's say n number. Find the number of cones which can be filled with ice cream. Such cones. Cones with hemisphere. Very important. Cones with hemisphere. Here is not given. Find number of such cones. Such cones means which cone? Here, cone with hemisphere on top. Understand? Let n number of cone, n number of cones with hemispherical top. Hemispherical top. Okay, can be filled or to be filled. How many? N numbers are there. N number of hemispherical cone with hemispherical top are there. Okay, and this is what we have to find. Okay, now see that volume of ice is nothing but volume of cylinder, which is equal to volume of cone plus volume of hemisphere, because this ice cream is transferred to the cone with the hemispherical top. Therefore, volume of the ice cream cylinder is equals to n into such n number of cones. Or how many number of cones? We do not know. Volume of ice cream or volume of the cylinder is equals to n into volume of cone plus the volume of hemisphere, gives the number of cones with hemisphere. Cones with hemisphere. Okay. So this is what we have to find. Now volume of cylinder. Volume of cylinder. Volume of cylinder is nothing but volume of ice cream. Okay, volume of cylinder is nothing but volume of ice cream, because the ice cream is there in the container shaped with the cylinder, right circular cylinder. This is nothing but pi r square h. Pi r square h. Pi keep as it is. R. R is nothing but diameter here. 12. Diameter is D is 12. So R is equals to 6. 12 by 2 is 6 centimeter. And height is given here. Height is also given about this cylinder. 15 centimeter. So substitute here. 6 into 6 into height is 15. This is pi 6 into 6 36. 36. 6 into 6 is 36 into 15. Okay. Now pi into 36, 15, 540. 540 pi centimeter cube is the volume of the ice cream. The volume of ice cream or volume of cylinder. Okay, so this volume of ice, this is to be filled with number of cones. This ice cream to be filled with number of cones. How many number we do not know. With hemispherical top. Okay, so now we'll find volume of cone. Volume of cone is equals to 1 by 3 pi r square h. 1 by 3 pi r square h. Okay, 1 by 3 pi r square. R is nothing but here information about the volume. What are the data available? Volume height is equals to 12 and diameter is 6 centimeter, that is radius is equals to 3 centimeter. Substitute here 1 by 3 pi r square. R square is nothing but 3 into 3 into what is h? H is nothing but 12. 1 3 gets cancel up. 12 3 times 36 pi. 36 pi centimeter cube is the volume of only cone, not hemisphere. Now we'll find volume of hemisphere. Volume of hemisphere is nothing but 2 by 3 pi r cube. 2 by 3 pi r cube is equals to 2 by 3 pi, keep as it is, r cube. Here what is the data available for this hemisphere? R is equals to 3 because d is 6, r is equals to 3. Note this point. 3 into 3 into 3. 3 into 3 into 3. Understand? Now 3 gets cancelled up. 2 in 2 pi into this is a 9. Okay, this is nothing but 18 pi centimeter cube. This is the volume of hemisphere. Okay, now the point is we have come to know, so this together volume of cone plus volume of hemisphere is nothing but ice cream cone. Okay, volume, remember this, volume of cone alone is not ice cream. Volume of cone plus the volume of the hemisphere becomes the ice cream cone. So we'll say ice cream, volume of ice cream cone is equals to volume of cone plus volume of hemisphere. Okay, now volume of ice cream is equals to, what is this? Volume of cone 36 pi plus volume of hemisphere 18 pi. Now volume of ice cream is equals to 54 pi. We have got volume of ice cream. Understand? Step by step. First we found the volume of ice cream, then we found the volume of cone, then we found the volume of hemisphere, and volume of ice cream is nothing but in one cone, that is nothing but volume of cone plus hemispherical top. We have got this. Such how many cones, ice cream cones could be made or formed or filled by this volume of ice cream 540. Okay, that is nothing but volume of ice cream in cone. This is volume of cylinder. Okay, that is nothing but volume of cylinder. Understand this, volume of ice cream in in cylinder. Volume of ice cream in cylinder is nothing but volume of cylinder itself is equals to n into, actually this ice cream is not filled into one cone with hemispherical top. Number of cones with hemispherical spot which you do not know, we have to find that. n into volume of ice cream with ice cream cone with hemispherical top. This is the thing. So what is the volume of cylinder? Here see. Volume of cylinder is nothing but volume of ice cream. 540 pi is equals to, what is n into volume of ice cream cone, or volume of ice cream cone with hemispherical top is, we have got here 54 pi. Now n into 54 pi is equals to 540 pi. So transfer this 54 pi because we have to find n value. 540 pi, 54 pi. Pi gets cancelled. 54 10 times. That means how many ice cream cone is made? Ice cream cone and cone are different. Cone here is nothing but this part itself. Ice cream cone means cone with hemispherical top. Ice cream cone. That's what it's been saying here. Okay. How many ice cream cones are formed with this volume of the ice cream, which is contained in this cylinder shaped, right circular cylinder? 10. 10 ice cream cones are filled. 10 ice cream cones are filled from 540 pi cubic centimeter of ice cream which was available in the container which is shaped like a right circular cylinder. Understand? How many ice cream cones? 10 ice cream cones. What do you mean by ice cream cone? Ice cream cone is nothing but cone with hemispherical top. Cone with hemispherical top. That becomes ice cream cone here. This is the thing given. So here the ice cream to be filled with such ice cream cone. Such ice cream cone means cone with hemispherical top. So what we need to do? Find the volume of cylinder. You will get this. Volume of cylinder is nothing but volume, because in this cylinder ice cream is filled. So volume of cylinder is nothing but volume of ice cream. Understand? Without any having thickness. Thickness is not there here. Now fill to one ice cream. One ice cream cone is nothing but volume of cone plus volume of hemisphere, which we have found. Understand? So we have equated that with n number of ice cream cones. That is volume of ice cream in the cylinder is nothing but n into volume of ice cream cone with hemispherical top. So as we equated, we have got n is equals to 10. So this is nothing but number of ice cream cones which could be filled from this volume of ice cream. Okay, no more explanation about this. Now we'll enter into the sixth question. Now we'll see the sixth question, which says that how many silver coins 1.75 centimeter in diameter, silver coins. I told you the wire, well and coins are in the cylinder shape. That means when they are saying silver coin, then they are saying about cylinder, very importantly. Okay, so how many silver coins? Remember, how many? Okay, number of silver coins we have to find. How many silver coins? 1.75 centimeter in diameter. Diameter is given. What are the parameters required to find the cylinder? Radius and height. Okay, so your diameter is given. From diameter you can extract the radius. That means diameter is equals to 2r, or r is equals to d by 2, in that way. So 1.75 centimeter in diameter, and thickness is 2 millimeter. Thickness is 2 millimeter. Note down this point. Here it is centimeter and thickness is millimeter. You cannot do either. You have to convert into millimeter or centimeter. So usually centimeter. Now since centimeter is the diameter and thickness is millimeter, this millimeter to be changed into centimeter, so that you should know how many millimeter makes 1 centimeter. Understand? Must be melted to form a cuboid of dimension. To form a cuboid of dimension, length into breadth into height. 5.5 centimeter into 10 centimeter into 3.5 centimeter. Got the point? Very easy. Here, how many silver coins of data something is given? Its thickness is given 1.75 centimeter in diameter coin with thickness 2 millimeter to be melted to get the cuboid of the dimension 5.5 centimeter into 10 centimeter into 3.5 centimeter. Understand? Number of coins we have to find. Let's collect the data of this coins. This coin data is nothing but cylinder, because coin, wire and well are all in cylinder shape. What is the data given? Diameter is given. Diameter is equals to 1.75 centimeter. That means radius is equals to 1.75 by 2 centimeter. Okay. Now thickness is nothing but the height here. Thickness is nothing but height. What is thickness? Height is equals to 2 millimeter. Millimeter here in centimeter, millimeter, centimeter, millimeter we cannot take. All should be converted into 1 unit. We'll convert into centimeter. How many millimeter makes 1 centimeter? 10. So when you are converting from less to more, then you have to multiply. If you are converting from more to less, then you have to more to less divide. Less to more multiply. Now you are converting here millimeter to centimeter, that's you have to divide by 10, that is h is equals to 2 by 10 centimeter. We have converted that. Okay, we have converted millimeter into centimeter. Since millimeter is the small, then centimeter is the bigger one. So when you are making the small to big one, then you have to divide by this one, 10. If you are converting from big to small, then you have to multiply. Understand? So this is how it is. So we have got the data to find the volume of this coin. Coin is nothing but the cylinder. Now what the data is given for cuboid data. Cuboid is equals to L into B into H. The data given, L is equals to 5.5 centimeter. Here you can see that everything is centimeter. B is equals to 10 centimeter and H is equals to 3.5 centimeter. Nothing to change here. So very easily we can find the volume of cuboid. Okay. Now see here, how many silver coins of given data to be melted to form a cuboid of the dimension what is given here. How many we do not know. So you say let n silver coins, okay, to be used, okay, to form. Let the number of silver coins be n. Okay, let the number of silver coins to melt and make this dimension of cuboid. Okay, number of silver coins be n. This is what we need to find. Therefore, how many silver coins are there? N number of silver coins are there. So n into volume of cylinder. N into volume of cylinder is nothing but coins. Cylinder or coins is equals to volume of cuboid. Because some number of coins you are melting and making or giving shape as a cuboid. So volume remains same. But only thing is how many coins you are used to make we do not know. Therefore we have taken n into volume of cylinder. N into volume of cylinder. N into volume of cylinder pi r square h is equals to volume of cuboid already is given. What is volume of cuboid? L into B into H. Okay. So N into pi value, as you know that 22 by 7 r square. R square. What is the r square here? Cylinder. R square 1.75 by 2 into, because r square is r, 1.75 by 2 into what is h? H is nothing but 2 by 10, which is equals to volume of cuboid, which is nothing but 5.5 into 10 into 3.5. All this multiplication, everything you have to make. Understand? This is nothing but volume of cuboid. N into, after multiplying this everything, because it is a very lengthy process, multiply each and every step. So already multiplied 0.48125. Okay, after multiplication of all this, multiplication, division, addition, everything, you will get this is equals to 5.5 into 10 into 3.5 is nothing but 192.5 centimeter cube. Okay, so this one. So this, transfer this, N is equals to 192.5 divided by 0.48125, because to be transferred the other side, we have to find number of coins. Okay, so after dividing that, you will get 400. Okay, so how many number of coins are used? How many number of coins are used with the thickness 2 millimeter and diameter 1.5 centimeter to melt into the dimension cuboid of dimension 5.5 centimeter into 10 centimeter into 3.5. So how many coins are used? 400 coins are melted. 400 coins are melted. This is how we have done that. Okay, so here all the volumes are given. So multiply with N. So when you multiply with N to the volume of the cylinder, then very easily you can find number of coins that are used. How many coins are used? 400 coins are used. Got the point? So now we'll see the next question, seventh question. Seventh question, which says that a cylindrical bucket 32 centimeter high and with radius of base 18 centimeter is filled with sand. This bucket is emptied on the ground and a conical heap is formed. Now you can understand, here is cylinder, the sand from the cylindrical bucket. That means cylinder is changed into cone because sand becomes conical heap. First the sand was in cylindrical bucket. Okay, that means volume of the cylinder. Now the same sand is emptied on the ground and made conical heap. Since it is made conical heap, what does it mean? That cylinder, shape of the cylinder is changed into the cone. Since the shape of the cylinder is changed to cone, what remains constant? What remains same? Volume remains same. Understand? But change of shape is from cylinder to cone. Understand this point? Okay. Now, if the height of the conical heap is 24 centimeter, find the radius and the slant height of the heap. Two parameters we have to find. That is radius and slant height. Okay. To find the volume of the cone, two parameters required, that is height and radius. Height is there and radius we have to find. Once we find height and radius by the Pythagoras theorem, we can find the slant height. Okay, in that way. So now see that a cylindrical bucket of 32 centimeter high, that is information, data of cylinder height 32 centimeters. Okay, with the radius of the base 18 centimeter, radius 18 centimeter. This information is enough to find the volume of cylinder. Is filled with sand. Okay, that's something. This bucket is emptied on the ground and a conical heap of sand is formed. What is the height of the conical heap? 24. Cone. Information about the cone. Height is equals to how much? 24 centimeter. 24 centimeter. Okay. Radius we have to find. Once we find the radius, how you find the radius? By equating the volume of cylinder with the volume of cone. Okay. So then you will get the value of R. Once you get the value of R, very easily you can find the slant height by L square is equals to R square plus H square. Using this formula, L is equals to square root of R square plus H square. Using this formula, we can find slant height. This is how things go on. Okay. Now, volume of, write down here, volume of cylinder. What is the volume of cylinder? Is equals to pi r square h, is equals to pi r square 18 into 18 h 32. Okay, this is centimeter cube. Volume of cylinder, volume of cylinder, that is volume of sand, because this sand is there in the cylinder. Volume of cylinder is nothing but the volume of sand, because that is filled with sand. Now volume of cone, volume of cone is nothing but 1 by 3 pi r square h, 1 by 3 pi r square h is equals to 1 by 3 pi, keep as it is. Radius here, what is the radius? Don't know, we have to find that. H is nothing but 24, understand? 8 times 24, thus it becomes 8 pi r centimeter cube. This is the volume of the cone. Volume of the cone you got, volume of the cylinder you got. Now you equate that, because volume of the cylinder is equals to volume of the cone. Same volume, same sand from the cylindrical bucket is made with the heap of cone shape. Therefore volume is same. So what we say is volume of cylinder is equals to volume of cone. What is the volume of cylinder? Here is 18 into 18 into 32 pi written later, is equals, what is the volume of cone? 8 pi r. Pi gets cancelled. 8 r is equals to 18 into 18 into 32. Okay. Here r square. Here pi r square. R square, remember this r square. Just written r here, r square. Okay. Pi r square h. H value substituted. R square not written, r square. Okay. Pi r square. Now r square is equals to 18 into 18 into 32 divided by 8. Okay. This is nothing but 8 4 times. R square is equals to 18 into 18 is 18 square into 4 is nothing but 2 square. Okay. After taking square root both the side, square root of r square is r. Square root of 18 square is 18. Square root of 2 square is 2. So r is equals to 18 2 times 36 centimeter. So radius of the conical heap of the sand is 36 centimeter. Now we have found, so find the radius and slant height of the conical heap. Radius is 36 centimeter. Now slant height using this formula. L is equals to slant height. L is equals to square root of r square plus h square. L is equals to h square, you know that h height of the 24. H square plus r square is equals to, h square is 24 square plus 36 square, which is nothing but 24 square is nothing but 576 plus 36 square is nothing but 1296. Okay, add this. After adding, you will get L is equals to square root of 1872. 1872 you will get. This can be written as, after factorization, you will get 12 into 12 into 13. Okay, 12 into 12 into 13 is nothing but 1872. This 12 into 12 is nothing but 12 square into 13, that is 12 square, square root of 12 square is nothing but 12 root 13 centimeter. This is the slant height of this conical hip. Radius of the conical hip is 36 centimeter. Slant height is 12 root 13 centimeter. Okay, radius is 36 centimeter. Slant height 12 root 13 centimeter. Understand that? So in a very easy way we have solved. Now we'll jump into the 8th question. Question, that is, water in a canal 6 meter wide and 1.5 meter deep is flowing with the speed of 10 km per hour. How much area will it irrigate in 30 seconds? What we need to find is how much area will it irrigate in 30 minutes if 8 centimeter of standing water is needed. 8 centimeter of standing water is needed. Understand? So what are the data available? Water in a canal. Canal is in the shape of cuboid. First remember, canal is in the shape of cuboid. Understand? Now here, if it is in the shape of cuboid, you must know that it will have length into breadth into height. 3 data are required. Here 2 data are given. Breadth is there, wide, 6 meter wide. 6 meter wide means breadth. Breadth is available, B, 6 meter. And then deep, 1.5 meter deep it is said. 1.5 meter deep means the height. Height is 1.5 meter. Now length we do not know. Without length it is not possible to find the volume of water available for irrigation. The first point to be found is the volume of water available for irrigation of certain land, that is in 30 minutes if 8 centimeters of standing water is required. 8 centimeters of standing water is required. This is very important. So to irrigate this, how much volume of water is required, first we have to find. How you find? Because this canal is in the cuboid shape, you can find the volume by multiplying length into breadth into height, and the data what you have got is breadth and height and length is not there. But length is found by one clue given here, that is flowing with the speed of 10 kilometers per hour. 10 kilometers per hour. That means water flows 10 kilometers in an hour. The length of water covered in this canal. In this canal, the length of water covered in 1 hour is not available here. That is not available here. The length of water covered in 1 hour is how much? 10 kilometers. But we want the length, as you can see here, not for 1 hour, for 30 minutes required here. Length of water, understand properly, available in 1 hour, that is 10 kilometer per hour. Speed, write down here, speed is equals to what? 10 kilometer per hour. What do you mean by this 10 kilometer per hour? That means in 1 hour, the length of the water available, in the canal is 10 kilometer. 10 kilometers of water is available, okay? The length. But we have to irrigate for 30 minutes. That means what is the length of the water available? Length of the canal or water available in 30 minutes. In 1 hour, 10 kilometers. In 30 minutes, 5 kilometers. 10 kilometers per hour, 5 kilometers per 30 minutes. Is it not? Very easy. So this is the clue enough to find the length of the cuboid, the canal, length of the canal. Understand this point, very, very important. Speed is 10 km per hour. Speed is 10 km per hour means if continuously water flows in the canal of its width 6 meter width and 1.5 meter deep, 1 kilometer continuously it is left, it covers 10 kilometer. Okay. That means the length of the canal becomes 10 kilometer. That means if 1 hour, if you consider volume of water available is, for 1 hour I am saying, available is 6 into 1.5 into 10 kilometers. Here, since everything is in the meter, we have to convert in the meter. That is 10,000 in 1 hour, 10,000 meter of the length is available. But it is asked in 30 minutes. Since it is asked in 30 minutes, 1 hour 10 kilometer, 30 minutes divided by 2, 5 kilometers. 5 kilometers of length is available. Okay, 5 kilometers of length. So thereby we can calculate the volume of water available in this canal, that is L is equals to, here see, L is equals to, we have found L is equals to 5 kilometer. Okay, 5 kilometer, convert this in the meter. Why? Because everything is in the meter. Okay, so that means 5 into 1000, because 1000 meter is equals to 1 kilometer. Therefore multiply with 1000, L is equals to 5000 meters. L is equals to 5000 meter. So we got length. Okay, how we got length? Very importantly, we have got length by the way the speed is given. Okay, speed of this flowing water is 10 kilometers per hour. Understand this point, 10 kilometers per hour. That means continuously if it's let 1 hour, it can travel 10 kilometers. Okay, so if for 30 minutes, 5 kilometers. Therefore length becomes 5 kilometers. 5 kilometers is changed into meter. That is 5000 meter. Understand? Now find the volume of, with this find the volume of water available for irrigation. Okay, volume of water available for irrigation. Okay, that is L into B into H. What is L? 5000. What is B? 6 into 1.5. Which is equals to 45,000 cubic meter. 45,000 cubic meter of water is now available for irrigation. First point, 45,000 cubic meter. Understand? This is what available. How it is to be irrigated? This available water, how it is to be irrigated? How much area will it irrigate in 30 minutes if 8 centimeter standing water is needed? 8 centimeters standing water. Here, standing water, if you consider this if you consider this canal as, if you consider the standing water, if you consider 1.5 meter. 1.5 meter of standing water here, if you consider it is not flowing water, it is standing water. Now we have to change it into 8 centimeter. 8 centimeter of standing water. That means height we have to take it as 8 centimeter or 8 by 100 meter. Okay. Now available water, available volume of water is 45,000 meter cube. What is this? This is nothing but volume of water, which means L into B into H is equals to 45,000 meter cube. Okay. This. Now, how much area will it irrigate? Area. What do you mean by area? Length into breadth. Length into breadth. Okay. Area is nothing but length into breadth. So what is the height required here? 8 centimeter. Everything we are doing in a meter. We cannot consider this as centimeter. Okay. 8 centimeter is nothing but 8 by 100 meter. 8 centimeter is nothing but 8 by 100 meter. So we have to make 8 by 100 is equals to 45,000. Did you understand this? What is this 45,000 cubic? This is nothing but amount of water available. The same is used for irrigation. So what? So L into B is nothing but area. So area. And what height? This to be converted into what height? 8 by 100. 8 by 100 standing water. That means 8 centimeter of standing water is required. That means height of the water to maintain is 8 centimeter or 8 by 100. So in this particular area. Understand? Transfer other side. A is equals to 45,000 into 100 by 8. Which means A is equals to 562500 meter square. This much of area you can irrigate with the available 45,000 cubic meter of water. You can irrigate this much of area. Understand? This we have converted into area. This one. L into B into H, where L into B is nothing but area, and height. Here height was 1.5. Here we made height as 8 centimeter, that is 8 by 100. So after transferring, the area available is 562500 meter square. This if you convert in hectare, that is 56.25 hectares. You got the point? Very easily explained. Only thing is know that this cuboid, this canal is in the cuboid shape where breadth and height is given. Length is found by the speed. It is said kilometer, 10 kilometer per hour. If it is let to 1 whole hour, so the length available is 10 kilometer. But how much area will it irrigate in 30 minutes is asked. So 10 kilometers in 1 hour. That means 5 kilometers in 30 minutes. So 5 kilometers in 30 minutes we have changed it into meter. And thus we have got in 30 minutes amount of water available in a canal is 45,000 cubic meter. Okay. The same to be irrigated in a land is nothing but L into B into, land also has L into B into H, where area we have changed L into B as area, and standing water 8 centimeters asked, 8 by 100 meter we have changed, and after transferring you will get this. Got the point? Now we will jump into 9th question. 9th question, which says a farmer connects a pipe of internal diameter. Pipe, it is said, pipe is in the form of cylinder, remember, of internal diameter 20 centimeter, okay, internal diameter 20 centimeter, from a canal into a cylindrical tank, pipe also cylinder and tank also cylinder, cylindrical tank, inner field, which is 10 meter in diameter, and 2 meter deep, 10 meter in diameter and 2 meter deep. If water flows through pipe at the rate of 3 kilometer per hour, in how much time will the tank be filled? In how much time will the tank be filled? Okay, time taken to fill the tank is the question asked. That's one thing. So before going to that, let's extract the data available. Pipe. Okay, pipe is in the shape of what? Cylinder. I said pipe, wire, well, coin, all in the shape of cylinder. Pipe. Data available is 20 centimeter diameter. Pipe's diameter is equals to, pipe diameter is 20 centimeter. Okay. Rest you can see that everything is in the meter. So we will convert this centimeter into diameter. First we will change radius. Diameter is 20 centimeter. So what is the radius? Radius, diameter is equals to 2r. 2r is equals to 20 centimeter and r is equals to 10 centimeter. R is equals to 10 centimeter. R is equals to 10 by 100 is equals, is what? Changed into meter. R is equals to 1 by 10 meter. R is equals to 1 by 10 meter. We have changed centimeter into meter. Remember this. Okay. To find the volume of the cylinder, one more parameter is required, that is H. We do not know, not given here. Okay. Understand? Let the length of pipe be H. Length of the pipe be H. Okay. Now see here. Before finding how much time it takes to fill the tank, we have to see that the volume of tank should be made equal with the volume of the pipe. Okay. Volume of pipe is equals to volume of, what is the volume of pipe? What is the water available in the pipe? The same to be filled here. So if we equate the volume of tank and the volume of the pipe, then we will get the volume of water. Okay. Based on that, here speed is given. So with that speed, we can calculate how long it takes to fill the tank. Okay. First what we are going to do is, we are finding volume of tank. Once we find the volume of tank, we can find the volume of pipe. Understand? So what is the water available? What amount of water will the tank fill? The same amount of water cylindrical pipe can fill. Then the rate of flow is there. Based on that, we can calculate that time. Understand? Now, volume of tank is nothing but cylinder. Volume of tank. Okay, that is data available. This is pi r square h. What are the things available? 10 meter in diameter. Diameter 10 meter. That means radius is d 2r. That is radius is equals to 5 meter. We got radius is equals to 5 meter. Understand? Now depth, height is there. H is equals to 2. Depth is nothing but height. Okay. Now calculate this volume of tank is equals to pi r square h. This is nothing but pi. R square is nothing but 5 square into h is nothing but 2. Pi 25 into 2, that is 50 pi meter cube. This is the volume of the tank. Okay, volume of tank. The same volume, if the pipe is of the same volume, then the volume of water available in the pipe will becomes the volume of water that can be completely filled in the tank. This point to be noted very importantly. Now volume of tank, we have got this. Now we find the volume of, this is nothing but the volume of cylindrical pipe, wherein we can find the length of, if we are equating the tank volume with the volume of cylindrical pipe with diameter 20 centimeter, then what is the length? If you are equating the tank with the pipe, what is the length you have to make? So that we can find here. Okay, first we'll find the length of this pipe. Okay, so that is nothing but, how you find volume of tank is equals to volume of pipe. If you equate that, then you can find the length of the pipe. Understand? Volume of the tank is 50 pi is equals to volume of the pipe is as usual cylinder pi r square h. 50 pi r square, 1 by r is nothing but 1 by 10. That is 1 by 10 whole square into h. Pi gets cancel up. 50 is equals to 1 by 100 into h. Transfer other side, it becomes 50 into 100 is equals to h. h is equals to 5000 meter. h is equals to 5000 meter. But if you convert in kilometer, h is equals to 5 kilometer. 5 kilometer. So if you are equating, understand properly, volume of tank with the volume of pipe with 20 centimeter diameter, then what height you are, what is the length of the pipe you are taking? That is 5 kilometer length. So if the cylindrical tank is compared with, equated with cylindrical pipe of these ratios what given here, so then you have to take 5 kilometer length, 5 kilometer length of the pipe. Okay, so that means the water filled in, the water, now coming to point, the water filled in 5 kilometer length pipe, okay, 5 kilometer height or length pipe with 20 centimeter diameter is equals to the water filled in the tank with 10 meter diameter and 2 meter deep. That is equated. Now understand. Now we have got this. But what we have to find is the time taken by the water to be filled in this tank at the rate of 3 kilometers per hour. So this point to be noted here, 3 kilometers per hour. The speed of the water is flowing in the pipe. The speed of the water flowing in the pipe is 3 kilometers per hour. What does it mean? It means that 3 kilometers it fills in 1 hour. 3 kilometers it fills in 1 hour. 1 hour continuously if water flows in a pipe. Okay. So with this rate it can fill only 3 kilometers, but pipe available is 5 kilometers. So this 5 kilometers available as compared with the tank. So when we equated volume of tank with the volume of pipe, so 5 kilometers of 5 kilometer length or height of the pipe is required. Okay, here at this rate, if 1 hour water flows, it can fill only 3 kilometers of the pipe. Okay, to fill 1 kilometer of the pipe, 1 kilometer of the pipe, it takes 1 by 3 hours to fill 1 kilometer of the pipe. At this rate I am telling, okay, what is given here, at the rate of 3 kilometer per hour it is said. What is it? What does it mean 3 kilometer per hour? That means 1 hour if water flows, it can fill 3 kilometers of this pipe. But how many kilometer pipe is there? We have found 5 kilometer pipe. Understand? If the pipe was 1 kilometer, then it would have taken 1 by 3 hours. But how many kilometers pipe? So 5 kilometers pipe. 5 kilometer pipe. Since the pipe is 5 kilometer, then so you multiply 5 hours. It takes to fill 5 kilometer of the pipe 5 by 3 hours. 5 by 3 hours it takes. Okay. Now you got the point. Okay. So why we brought this here? 5 kilometers of the pipe with 20 centimeter in diameter. What the volume of water available is same to be filled here. Okay. So that means to fill water with this rate, with the length of 5 kilometers pipe, it takes 5 by 3 hours. 5 by 3 hours. If you convert in minutes, 5 by 3 into hour, convert into minutes is multiply with 60. 20. 5 to 100. 100 minutes. 100 minutes. Understand here. To fill with this rate, to fill the 5 kilometer length pipe, that is height here according to cylinder, 5 kilometer length pipe with this rate to fill, to completely fill that pipe, it takes 100 minutes. The same pipe volume is nothing but the volume of what? Tank. Therefore, it takes 100 minutes to fill this tank also. This tank to be filled, it takes 100 minutes. 100 minutes. Understand here. How much time will the tank, in how much time will the tank be filled? In 100 minutes. Understand? The same time, if the pipe is 5 kilometers, water is filled. To completely fill the 5 kilometer pipe of diameter 20 centimeter, it takes 100 minutes. And that 5 kilometer pipe with the 20 centimeter diameter is equals to the volume of the tank with 10 meter in diameter and 2 meter deep. Therefore, it must take the same time, that is 100 minutes to fill the water in this tank. Understand? So thus we have completed 15.3 and the next video we'll see 15.4. Till then, bye bye.